Behind me is the Bosphorus, the ancient waterway that historically separates east from west. 97% of Turkey is actually in Asia, only 3% is in Europe. But what if the whole country were to become a member state of the European Union? Well, that would extend the borders of what would then be known as Europe all the way to Iraq, Iran and Syria.
The population of Turkey is currently at 75 million, but that is projected to rise by 9 million come 2023. That would make Turkey the EU's largest member state.
Turkey could potentially be entitled to have the maximum number of seats in the European Parliament that a country can occupy, with 96 MEPs. The UK only gets 73. If Turkey were already a member of the EU, then technically she could expect to receive 1/3 of the EU's entire structural aid budget, a whopping £11 billion, and a further £8 billion in farming subsidies, 3 times more than UK farmers receive. It would also mean that Turkey would be getting out as much as the UK taxpayer is paying in.
With an average monthly salary in Turkey of just £429 compared to £2,200 in the UK, it's predicted as many as 15 million migrants could leave for Europe within the first 10 years of EU membership.
In Turkey, it's actually a criminal offence to criticise the government that could land you with a jail sentence. Last year, 9 journalists were sent to prison in Turkey. On a list of press freedoms, Turkey ranks 149th out of 180 countries. It might explain why I felt more comfortable filming this back here in the UK. According to a United Nations report in 2011, women in Turkey are 10 times more likely to suffer physical violence than those in Europe. It's estimated there's 1 honour killing every single week in Istanbul alone, and more than a quarter of Turkish women are married before their 18th birthday. At the start of the last century, 1/5 of the population of Turkey was Christian, but over the course of 100 years that community has dramatically disappeared. Today, only 0.2% of people in Turkey practice Christianity openly. Recent changes to education policy has also seen a great number of state schools turned into Islamic IMAM schools, with many pupils who can't afford to pay for their schooling being forced to accept a religious education instead. When the current ruling party first came to power, the number of pupils registered at IMAM schools was 63,000. Today, that number is closer to 1 million.
Just days after filming outside the Hagia Sophia, a suicide attacker detonated a bomb in the same location, killing 10 tourists. The assailant has been identified as an Islamic State affiliate who had come into the country from Syria.
David Cameron has been pushing hard for Turkey to become the 29th member state. We, the British people, are not going to have a say on that.
This is just one of the major risks to Britain coming down the tracks from the EU.